It's the final 2 episodes of The Last Dance, Sunday starting at 9 o'clock Eastern. The uncensored version is on ESPN and the app, while the edited for mature language version is on ESPN too. Welcome back and welcome in BJ Armstrong. So great to have you return to the show.
Rachel, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. There's so much in this documentary. Michael Jordan pushing his teammates, being harsh in practices. Judd Bushler says in this documentary, quote, teammates were afraid of him. Do you think some guys were?
I don't know if they were afraid. I think people hadn't seen the level of intensity that those teams and that group was able to bring. Michael Jordan didn't need to have the discipline to practice that hard, but he did. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Either you were all the way in, you were all the way out. And he wanted to make sure that, and we all understood that.
Well, after winning the third championship in '93, we watch in the documentary Michael Jordan seemed different. How did you notice that he was different after winning the third one than maybe the first or second one?
Well, I think the pressure, the day-to-day pressure of living up to that standard of excellence, eventually it weighs on you. It wore on all of us. And I knew then, watching him behind the scenes of just answering the same questions day in and day out, that it just wears on you. So eventually, we all are human. And certainly, he had an ability to block things out, but that was one thing that he wasn't able to block out at that time because there was a lot of pressure, a lot of things going on, not only on the court, but off the court as well.
How would you say that the atmosphere changed in that post-Jordan year, Scottie really being the leader of the team?
Well, when Scottie evolved, and post-Jordan, it was fabulous to see because really he had an opportunity to really blossom. He was MVP of the All-Star game. He really had a great season, and he was hands down by far our best player. I mean, he was just terrific all the way around, and you really got a chance to see how special a player he really was.
So let me take you then back to the '94 playoffs, right? You guys are against the Knicks. Scottie, as we know, refuses to go back in the game, but Tony Kukoc hits the game winner anyway. You guys win. What are your memories of the locker room after that?
Well, the thing I remember most in that locker room was Bill Cartwright. He didn't say a lot of words, but when he did say something, you knew it was going to be very meaningful. And so, it was just a moment in time. Scottie is our guy. We loved him then. We love him now. And but it was definitely a difficult moment. And it could have been one of those moments that we could have went either right or left. But Bill Cartwright and his leadership kept us right on the track.
All right, so let's go to '95. You had a hand in bringing Michael Jordan back. Jordan called you to go to breakfast. Can you tell us about that breakfast and how the rest of the day went?
Oh, God, I'm so embarrassed about that breakfast because, when you get beat by someone in street clothes, it's not good. It's not good for your confidence. But, I would speak to Michael quite often during that time. And, when he was playing and I knew that and just wanted to check in with him to make sure he was okay and keep him connected. So at that time, we were able to just, he was in Chicago doing something. And I said, hey, why don't you come by? And one thing led to another. We went to breakfast. And before you know it, it started going from how you doing to trash talking to like, I can beat you and no, you can't. And as always, he always wins in the end. So I couldn't believe he did it. And I'm so embarrassed to say that I lost to him. But if I did lose to someone, it had to be him. And it was great to see him back and come back and resume doing something that he loves to do.
Look, if losing that is what led him to believe, hey, I really could come back to the NBA, that's the best one-on-one match you ever lost, basically. That's amazing.
Well, I can't believe I lost it. I still can't believe it. That's just my ego talking. But, it was just great to see him. And in all, honesty, it was just great to see him come back. It was great to see him back around the guys. It was great to see him talking trash. And I'm really happy that it turned out that way and that, he was able to, share that with everyone. We had he had 55 in the Garden. So it was fabulous for him to be back in that environment.
Now, you went from Jordan's teammate to his opponent when we got to the '98 playoffs. You were with the Hornets. You hit this clutch shot with Michael guarding you. Michael has since said that your reaction after you hit that shot, that fueled him the rest of the series. Did you realize that?
Yeah, I did. Rachel, I did. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly what was going on. So, sometimes you get caught in the moment. I like when you're in the moment, you always feel you have a chance. So I wanted to make our statement. We wanted to make our statement, and that was a big win for us. That was in game 2, and it was a big win. And but like I said, he made the adjustment. That's what the playoffs is all about, and he won the series. So, but for one day, I can definitely live about it and talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, BJ, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate. I love seeing your glory days living out on Sunday nights. Have fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.